Let's summarize Chapter 8 on stocks. Stocks is investors' claims on firm's equity. So when you buy a share of stock, your dividend is a little piece of profits that the firm made during that year. To find the stock price today, you need to look at all future dividends and add them up, considering the time value of money. So stock price today equals the present value of all future dividends. To calculate the stock price, we assumed several cases. A constant dividend model was the easiest. This is like preferred stock. The dividend is constant. Same dividend forever. It's a perpetuity. A constant dividend growth model is case number 2. That's a growing perpetuity case, when the dividend is constantly increasing with each year. And then we had everything else, and we grouped them and called them case number 3, non-constant dividend growth. This included the examples we did on the slides, in which a firm may be not paying any dividends temporarily and then resume paying dividends. Or a firm pays dividends which are growing, but they're fallen and uneven growth. So the growth is not the same. It has one part where the growth is the same, but it has another part where it's very uneven. And then we had sort of the most complicated example, known as supernormal growth, in which the dividends are first increasing at a very high rate, and then the growth rate in dividends slows down to a smaller percentage. So the no dividend case was tricky. The uneven growth dividend was much trickier, and the supernormal growth was the most complicated one. In the second part of the chapter, we looked at the return, like what is really meant by the return when you're buying stocks. And we saw how first return can be calculated in dollars or in percent. And then we looked at how it includes 2 components, the dividend component and the capital gains component. When we look at the return calculation in percentage terms, those 2 components would be called dividend yield and capital gains yield. When we add them up together, we get the total percentage return. Then we looked at what dividend yield and capital gains yield look like for the previous case number 2, constant dividend growth model. So we basically took the formula from case 2, constant dividend growth model, which said price today equals, and then the other terms, and we rearranged it to solve for R, the discount rate. And we saw how the discount rate does have the 2 components, the dividend yield component and the capital gains yield component. And on the last slides, we looked at, just a general idea about what rights common stockholders have, and a few other conceptual aspects of common stock. And then we looked at some conceptual aspects regarding preferred stock shares. And this is the end of Chapter 8, and I hope you enjoyed it.